All right, today we are deconstructing the absolutely fascinating story behind a product called Neuro Energizer. And get this, its claim is huge, that it can actually unlock genius-level brain power. The way they sell this idea is a wild ride, weaving together neuroscience, a bit of history, and one very, very famous brain.
So, the entire story for this thing, it all hangs on this one wild, almost unbelievable event. It all starts with the actual theft of Albert Einstein's brain, right after he died. And nope, this isn't some sci-fi plot, it's the real historical event that this whole narrative is built on. And this is really the core idea, the big promise. The claim is that being a genius isn't about winning some kind of genetic lottery. Nope. Instead, they say it's a hidden potential, like a switch that's just sitting there in all of our brains, yours and mine, waiting to be flipped. It's a super appealing idea, and it really sets the stage for everything else.
Okay, so let's dive into what the source material calls the science crime of the century. To really get what this product is all about, we have to first follow the bizarre 40-year journey of the most famous brain on the planet.
Seriously, this whole thing sounds like it's straight out of a movie. Back in 1955, the pathologist doing Einstein's autopsy just took the brain. He thought it held the secret to genius, and for the next 4 decades, it was completely off the grid. We're talking rumors of it being kept in cookie jars, driven across the country in the trunk of a car, just totally hidden. It took ages before it was finally recovered and scientists could actually study it. So, the big question, what happened when scientists finally got their hands on those preserved slices of brain? They were hunting for the secret to genius, probably expecting something really obvious, but their first discovery? It was a total shocker.
Yeah, so that whole bigger brain equals smarter person idea, this finding just completely flips that on its head. Turns out Einstein's brain was actually smaller than average. So that meant the secret to his incredible mind wasn't about size. It had to be something else, something hidden in the way it was structured.
And this is what they say they found. The key was a part of the brain called the corpus callosum. The story calls it the genius bridge. Think of it like a massive superhighway of nerves that connects the logical, math-loving left side of your brain with the creative, artistic right side. And in Einstein's brain, they say this highway was unusually thick, like a mega highway, super well developed.
Okay, so that leads to the obvious next question, right? How did his brain get like that? Was he just born with this amazing brain bridge, or did he do something to build it? Well, the story points to a very specific, and maybe overlooked, part of his life.
According to this narrative, the answer wasn't something he was doing in a lab, it was his violin. Einstein was famous for playing his violin whenever he got stuck on a really tough physics problem. The theory here is that the very act of playing, using both the logical side for the notes and structure and the creative side for the feeling and expression, was literally strengthening that brain bridge over the years.
And this brings us right to the problem that the Neuro Energizer story is trying to solve. I mean, if building that bridge is the secret, does that mean we all have to spend the next 20 years mastering an instrument? Or is there a shortcut, a hack to get the same results without all that effort?
And this is where the story introduces its hero, a Dr. Orson MacQuoid. He's described as a neuroscientist who got totally obsessed with this question. His mission, as the story tells it, was to find a way to create that Einstein effect for the rest of us, and to do it quickly and easily.
And the solution he supposedly landed on is, well, it's almost shockingly simple. Not 7 hours a day, not even 7 minutes, just 7 seconds. That's it. This is the heart of the promise, a huge change for a tiny, tiny bit of your time.
So how's this supposed to work? Well, the process they lay out is incredibly simple. It's an audio track. You just download it, pop on any pair of headphones, kick back for 7 seconds while it plays, and you're done. That's it. The claim is that this tiny little daily ritual can trigger some major upgrades in your brain.
So what's the payoff? What kind of improvements are we actually talking about here? This is where the story shifts to the really powerful transformations people can supposedly expect. And listen, the list of benefits it's huge. This goes way beyond just feeling a little bit sharper. We're talking about learning things 4 times faster, unlocking a new level of creativity, gaining so much confidence that it leads to things like bigger paychecks and even better relationships. It's basically positioned as a key to unlock your potential in, well, every part of your life.
To try and back this all up, the source gives a very specific number. They say that over 92,653 people have used this.
That number is there to build credibility, to give you that sense of, hey, a lot of people are already on board.
And of course, there are personal stories. First up, you've got someone like Kevin from Dallas. He's the career guy. His story connects the dots directly between using this thing and getting a promotion, a raise, and even starting a side business.
Then there's Elliot from Chicago, who represents the student. His experience is all about having a sharper memory and feeling more confident walking into exams. You know, everything you'd want if you're trying to learn.
And finally, we have Helen from Phoenix. Her story really speaks to an older generation, tapping into that fear of losing your mental edge. Her claim is all about feeling sharp again, so much so that her grandkids notice, and it's brought joy back into her life.
They also make a point to position this against other self-help methods. The argument is basically this: things like manifestation are all about hoping and willpower, but this, they claim, is scientific. It goes straight to the source, your brain's actual wiring. It's framed as the more practical, more direct, and more affordable way to go.
So here's the deal they lay out: a one-time price of $39, marked down from $49. There's a 60-day full money-back guarantee. They throw in 3 free ebooks as bonuses, and you get instant access to it all online. That's the offer on the table.
And all of this brings us to the biggest question of all, doesn't it? After we've gone through the whole thing, the mystery of the stolen brain, the scientific claim, all the incredible promises, what's the most powerful thing at play here? Is it really a hidden structure in our brains that we can all tap into? Or is it the undeniable power of a really, really good story? A story that taps right into that deep human desire we all have to just be a little bit better. Something to think about.